Leo. This is your August 2020 forecast. And the first thing I did was drew Mist of Avalon. And we drew the Lady of Shalott. Okay. And the Lady of Shalott is telling you it's time to break that mirror. It's time to stop the illusions and be who you are and not who everybody else expects you to be. You've got to be true to yourself, and then everything will fall into place. Until you start being true to you, your life's going to be in disarray. Now, on the August 1st, we have the Mercury in Cancer in the 12th house and Pluto in Capricorn in the 6th house. And with Mercury being in Cancer in the most hidden sector of astrology, the 12th house, okay, you're not using your voice right now. Your voice, you're emotional and you're not able to express those feelings in the way that you want to. But, these 12th house actions, secrets, lies, illusions, have caused issues in your work life. And it's now time to strip away those issues, because it is causing issues for you to do with your health. And a healthy, mind is a healthy body, is a healthy soul. And you've got to strip away all the illusions. Now, on the 2nd, we have got the Sun in Leo in the 1st house, squaring Uranus in Taurus in the 10th house. And your decisions that you've made has caused this change in power, that you're having right now. You are where you are because of your own choices. And all I can say is if you've made good choices, then you'll get over this issue easily. But if you've made some bad choices, you're going to have to go through the muck, because your choices are changing your power dynamic. Now, on the 3rd, we have got a full moon. And the moon's in Aquarius in your 7th house. And that's opposing the Sun in Leo in the 1st house. And right now, this full moon, okay, you've always used your higher mind, at least you want it to. But your ego has gotten in the way, and therefore you have detached yourself from partnerships, because you've had to look at, your own ego and the behaviors that you've used in the past. And, you got to look at yourself right now in order to see what is going on. And, because you can't keep detaching emotionally from people, okay, that you consider to be partners. You have to, have your voice. You've got to get out there and express yourself. But first you got to get your ego in check and figure out why your behaviors have made you a detached individual, and always let your ego get in the way. Now, on the 3rd, we have Mercury in Cancer in the 12th house, opposing Saturn in Capricorn in the 6th house. And again, you've got Mercury, the planet of communication, in the most hidden part of your chart, and you're not expressing yourself very well. You're holding a lot of your emotions in, and it's because of the structures around you that have supported you in, the past. They're being hard on you right now, and it's affecting your health, and you've got to look at why they're being so hard on you and why your voice isn't mattering anymore. And then on the 4th, you've got Mercury in Leo, and it's moving into your first house. And basically, you're going to start getting back to normal. You're going to be more playful. You're going to be loving. And you're going to start speaking from the heart and getting those things out that you have been hiding. So now on the 7th, we've got Venus going into the most hidden part of your chart. And you're going to have to look at issues within yourself. Why you've kept secrets from others. Why maybe you've had an affair. Okay. And why you've hurt other people. And you're also going to have to look at, with it being in Cancer, you're going to have to learn how to be more emotional with your family and to get your emotions out there in a way that lets you nurture everyone, because again, your own behavior has led you to this place of why you are keeping secrets from others, of why you have to feel like you have to have other people in your bed maybe, but the person that deserves to have your love. Yes, okay, you have loved too much and it has gotten you hurt. But why have you loved too much? You have to look at the behaviors of what has gotten you to the point that you're at right now. Then on the 13th, we have Mars in Aries in the 9th house, and that is squaring Pluto in Capricorn in the 6th house. And again, you're putting your actions into 9th house matters. You're using your mind, and you're doing it aggressively, or you're aggressively going after working on a publishing endeavor, something with the media, education, something that has to do with the 9th house. You are putting your energy there, and your philosophies. And in the process, you're going to have to strip away behaviors that you have had at work that has caused you to be in the situation that you're in. Or it could be that you're stripping away situations that have to do with your health, because other people, around you in these 9th house matters aren't accepting it anymore. They see how your behavior is harmful to them as well as yourself, and they're not going to be playing with you any longer until these behaviors change. Now, on the 15th, we have got Uranus in Taurus, and it's retrograding in your 10th house. And there's changes happening right now in your power. And with the retrograde happening with Uranus in Taurus, you're going to have to look at how you've lost that stability, how you've lost that power within yourself. Okay? because what did you do to make things out of control, and how can you get that power back? Now, on the 16th, we have got Mercury in Leo in your first house, and it's trining Mars in Aries in your ninth house. And you're communicating playfully, you're taking you're being creative, you're taking risk, where those ninth house matters are. And again, that's philosophies, that's the higher mind, that's education, that is advertising, could be media, broadcasting. But you're taking risk right now, and you're moving in a direction that's going to help you, okay? And you're voicing how you feel finally. You're voicing everything creatively, and you're putting your passion into it, because when you're passionate about something, that you can speak eloquently and put it out there for everybody to understand you. And that's exactly what you're doing. Now, on the 18th, we have got the sun conjunct the moon. It's a new moon in Leo. This is your new moon. And you can have those new beginnings in life. But it's time for you to sit down with pen and paper, because this is your moon for the year. You get to write down whatever you want to accomplish in the next year in new beginnings, and start making those applications in order to change things and make it the life that you want. You're creative, and you shine the best when you are creative. So sit down, figure out how you can create the life that you want for yourself, and give yourself those new beginnings that you want in your life. Now, on the 19th, we have got Mercury in Virgo in your second house. And you can tell Mercury's starting to move faster now, because it's in your second house, and that's 2 houses in 1 month. And pretty much with the sun there, with Mercury there, you're thinking right now of how you can change your financial life. And that your financial life is going to have to change. In order for it to change, though, your ethics and morals are going to have to match the life that you want, because you're never going to get where you want to go financially if your ethics and your morals aren't there in the financial life. And you've got to practice what you preach. You can't just do something and preach something else. It's literally, you have to practice what you preach in this life. So, whatever you're doing right now, if you don't want somebody else doing it to you, then you can't have those behaviors. And it's just as simple as that. And on the 22nd, we have got the sun moving into Virgo in your second house. And pretty much you're going to be taking the steps to change your life ethically and morally. And you're going to change those things so that you are never left in this position again, to where you are hurting financially. Now, on the 24th, okay, you have got Mars in Aries in your 9th house, and that is squaring Saturn in Capricorn in your 6th house. And the actions, that you have taken in your ninth house matters, philosophies, higher education, um, broadcasting, advertising, media, some type of action that you have taken in while you were in this area has caused people to be hard on you at work. There's power struggles because of your actions in these areas. And you know that the power dynamics aren't working. And in order for them to work right, you know, you've got to look at the whole situation ethically and morally, because where you're sitting now is affecting your health. And you can't let these issues affect your health, okay, when you've made decisions that now you're having to look at things ethically and morally and why you're sitting where you're sitting. Now, on the 27th, we have Venus in Cancer in our 12th house, and that is trining Neptune in Pisces in our 8th house. Now, Venus in Cancer, again, you know, in the 12th house is the most hidden part. And you're looking at your choices, of the secrets, of why you have kept emotional issues close to your heart, because you know that you've seen that those emotional issues, when people find out, they expose them because they have left scars, and you can't use paint a picture of illusions and with illusions and lies, because it does scar people, and you've got to stop scarring others because you know of your 12th house issues, of these affairs and these secrets, you know, and maybe you've loved too much and you're afraid of loving again, because if you do, it exposes your vulnerabilities. But in a relationship, you have to be willing to be vulnerable. You can't, you know, have affairs. You can't lie to people. You can't create illusions for your own benefit. You have to make sure that what you're doing is for everybody. You have to be more compassionate and use, you know, the gifts that you were given in a positive way without scarring other people in your life. Now, on the 29th, we have Mercury in Virgo in the second house, trining Jupiter in Capricorn in your sixth house. And you now know that you have to think, you know, before you say things. You have to think before you put the, you know, everything on the line with your work. And, you know, when you don't think, everything will expand in a negative way. But because it's a trine today, you will get over these issues easily. You are going to have to, you know, Mercury, you're going to have to really think before you speak to people. And you're going to have to be very analytical about your moves and what you do, because things are expanding in your work life. And, you know, and it's the power structures again. I mean, if you've been doing right, then it's going to expand in a positive way and you're going to be happy with what you're left with. But if you have been doing things that aren't, you haven't really been thinking about it before you've done it, well, then, there's going to be power plays at work and it's going to cause power struggles and things that you don't want, because, again, all these issues that are going on are affecting your health, okay? And you've got to look at a way that you can change it. And you just, with sixth house issues and second house issues, you got to look at your morals and how you're financially viable, because your morals play a big part into your financial picture. And then, with it in the sixth house with Jupiter, in Capricorn, Jupiter is expanding powers. It could be other people are having power plays with you at work. And because of it, your health is suffering, or your finances. But if you make the right moves, you can change all of this. So I am going to tell you is don't do what other people expect you to be. You've got to live life on your own terms. And this as a Leo that you were meant to shine. So you're going to have to create a life that you want, but you're going to have to look at it again, your ethics and your morals, and to match the career and the people in your life that matches your ethics and your morals and your career. And if they don't, you're going to have to let them go, okay? Because you can't be miserable because other people expect you to be one thing, and that's just not going to work for you anymore. You've got to be true to yourself, and you're going to have to tell people the truth about who you are. And if they are on your side, then create from that area, okay? But there's going to be people that you're going to have to leave behind because they aren't going to be on your wavelength anymore about what you're creating. So go create the life that you want and do it on your terms. But you've got to be honest. You've got to do it ethically and you've got to do it morally. As far as if you want to have different people in your bed, you've got to tell them that. If you don't want different people in your bed, you've also got to tell them that. And then that way you can both build upon the same thing. But you also have to remember that there are no lies allowed. You can build the life you want, but you're going to have to build it from a place of truth and honesty. Well, Leo, all I can tell you is I love you, and I hope that that everything works out for you in the month of August, because you are dealing with a lot. But I've never seen a Leo who couldn't rise to the challenge when he was dealing with a lot. But the first thing you've got to do is get your thoughts together about what you want. Have a great month, Leo. I love you.